is Allie, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm the maker behind Crochet in the Mud, where I do both crochet plushies as well as pottery. And today is a market day, so I figured I would take you through a morning in my life leading up until the market. And then the next video coming out will be my market vlog. But I have been procrastinating this week, so I've got quite a hefty to-do list this morning leading up to the market. So I do need to run to the post office because I do have an order to ship out. I was gonna bring it prior, but they had an issue with the address and I was waiting for the customer to get back to me, and they confirmed the address is correct, so I will bring that to the post office. And then on the way home from the post office, I need to stop at the grocery store to buy some chicken salad so that I will have some dinner tonight, because I will be doing this market solo. So I do this market pretty frequently. They do it on the second Fridays from May through September. And I'm doing it 3 times this year, I believe. So I've been looking at my numbers. I've done this market since 2022. And I realized I have never done the May market. So I don't typically change my sales month to month. I was kind of looking at that, and it stays about steady, with the exception of last September, which was the closing one, which is also the only time I've done September. I will be doing it this year as well, so maybe I can see if that number changed. But I typically average about $750 in sales, but last September I made $1,000. So that was a wild day. It was so busy. And I remember one of the markets last year, the crowd seemed to be less than typical, but I made about the same in sales. So I don't know, I typically make about $750. The lowest I've made is $650, and then the highest I've made is $1,020, I believe was the number. I also need to load my car. Why did I do this to myself? I need to make sure all my electronics are charged. I think those are like the big heavy hitters on the to-do list. If I have time, I would like to finish making some of my crochet kits. I had an online order for one previously, so I mostly made the kits. I think there's 4 or 5 that are partially made. I know one needs, I think it's either black or white yarn added to it. This is for a bee kit, by the way. And then they all need stuffing added. So it shouldn't take too long, so hopefully I can fit that into my list. I also have a couple of plushies I've made this week that I need to decide if I'm bringing to the market with me. If I am bringing them to the market, I need to take pictures and make listings, because of course I made new items this week that I've never made in the past. So those require extra effort. I think I might bring my big dinosaurs and just leave the rest of it behind. Normally I would bring everything I have, but I already have more than normal. This is a Friday night market. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. if I didn't mention that already. And I typically bring 3 duffel bags of plushies to markets. That's usually about where I'm at in terms of inventory. However, because it is the springtime and I have been heavily stocking up, I have 4 duffel bags plus overflow. And when I say 4 duffel bags, I mean these things barely zipped. So I don't even know if I can fit them in my car. I'm hoping I can. I don't need to bring a wagon, because this market you just drive up to, unload your car, and then go park your car and then pack up. I literally drive my car back up. It's so nice to not have to do the wagon. So I can at least fit a duffel where that used to be, and I don't have a passenger, so I can also fill my passenger seat. So we're hoping for the best, because if I cannot fit all 4 duffel bags, then I have to go through all of them and narrow down what's going. So I'm really hoping I can bring all 4. So that's kind of my to-do list today. I think priority first is going to be charge the electronics. So I store them here. I usually do. Actually, but I think I moved them. Yes, I moved them to this drawer. I literally just about had a panic attack because I didn't know where that was. So I have some external batteries. This is great for, say, my iPad will drain. That's usually where I run my transactions through. Typically on a longer market, Henry needs to recharge his phone. So I don't necessarily need to bring both of them, but I will. And I have my card reader. This is the top priority for charging. Let's guess 3 out of 4 dots. So we should be good for that. Let me double check I have enough cash today. I should. I try to leave enough cash between markets. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. I don't have a set number that I keep. I feel like I probably should, but I always keep a good chunk of 1s and 5s for change. So I'm going to charge these real quick. I still need to eat breakfast. It's 8:20. Oh, and another thing on my to-do list. I should probably write these down. But I have a bad habit of I will edit and schedule my YouTube video and then wait until day of to make my thumbnail. So it's partly done. I just haven't fully decided what I want to have it look like. So it's 8:25 to be precise. That listing goes live at 9. So I have 35 minutes to eat and make that thumbnail. Usually I'd make the thumbnail first because that has a deadline, but I'm pretty hungry. So we're gonna eat, do that, and then I will print off the shipping label. I'm shipping out this little mallard duck in Parfait Chunky. So I need to do that as soon as I eat and do the thumbnail. So I will stop yapping so I can eat because I'm pretty hungry. And then I guess we'll start our errands for the day, but I need to put this somewhere I won't forget it because my last market I forgot this. So far every market this year I have forgotten something, which it's been a minute since, you know, markets have been going on. So understandable, but I need to make sure I have that. And I need to make sure I do not forget my drill batteries for my lights tonight. Hopefully there's still plenty charged. Luckily I think I have 5 drill batteries, so I'm not too worried about their battery life. When I go downstairs, I'll try to remember to plug in my 6 amp, that is my largest battery. But I believe they were all charged fully and then put in the box and haven't been used. So the battery's drained a little bit, but hopefully I should be fine today. Those also work for fans, but a fan's not gonna be necessary tonight. I think the high today is in the 70s and the sun's gonna go down, so the low's more important. So I chose to wear pants and then I'll bring a hoodie. Sometimes I'll wear biker shorts and then bring sweatpants to put on top when it does get cold. But I just elected today will be leggings. So I'll start charging these and then get to work. So it's now 9:01 and I'm the worst. I got distracted. This post office trip I'm also bringing my wedding invites and I totally forgot that I'm supposed to upload my thumbnail, so I think I'm just gonna put what I have for now and then I can always go back and change it later. But oops. It's not the best thumbnail, but maybe this will encourage me to stop procrastinating. Yeah, purple looks right. Okay. Oh, luckily, I don't think too many people see my videos the second they come out, so let's see here. How bad is the auto one it chose? So it's a little blurry, but that's what it auto chose, but not too bad. And then this is what the temporary one will look like. So let me quickly do that and then I'll head off to the post office. And welcome to my craft room. So this is typically where you will see me crocheting. Right here, just off camera, is the chair that I always sit in. So this is my closet. It's also extra storage for the apartment, so it's not all market day stuff. But I've got to get my duffels out of here. So this is what I meant by overflow. I guess there's only 3 things. So I shall now move all these duffels downstairs so we can get to loading the car. Sorry, Jennifer. I scared my poor cat doing that. So this is the dyno I was talking about potentially taking, but that's all going to depend on time. Whew. I always forget how much loading the car feels like a workout. Whew. This is why I try not to do it on the day that I have the market, but it's what I did to myself. Typically, this would be like my Friday schedule if the market was on the weekend, but this market is today on Friday, so we're going for it. And welcome to the garage where I store all of my craft gear. Hopefully you can hear me. There are a bunch of cars driving by, so they might be louder than me, but fingers crossed they're not. So now it's time to load the car. So I know for sure I need to go back through my pottery inventory and switch up what's in the totes. So I think I'm going to do that first. So this is my last market with this inventory because I have a kiln loading this coming week. So I'll have lots of new stuff to bring in. But for now, this is what I've got. I always bring 2 totes of pottery because that's what fits in my car, and usually this fills up my 6-foot table. I do have, you can see here, this entire shelf is backstop. And then down here is holiday stuff I've kind of pulled. But we've got quite a bit to work with. I do at the moment have all of my herb strippers coming to markets because they are my best sellers. But typically I have one tote that's all mugs and then the other tote that's like other things. And the herb strippers are nice because I can fit them on top of the mugs and squeeze them into all the tiny places. But I do know this mug needs to be removed because this has a snowman on it and it is now May. So I believe I made this last winter, so it's gone through 2 winters without sales, which is a shame. But I'll show you closer. That's what she looks like. I thought for sure someone would snatch it up, but it'll go back on the shelf. These are the dual batteries I mentioned earlier. So let me just double check their charges. Full. Full. That's all I care about. What's nice about this too is before the lights turn on, well, there is an outlet I can plug in, and that's what I plug my lights into for night markets. But before I need to turn the lights on, I can use it to charge stuff. Like tonight I'll probably charge my camera battery on it while the sun's still out. Okay, so I have these rainbow mugs that I've been trying out, and they haven't really had much traction at markets. I think they're really cool. But I already have one, so I'll bring both that I have. I did sell one at the store I sell in. But it's almost June. I do have a lot of more rainbow mugs and different pride flags in my next kiln load. I'll make another video of that too when it comes out. But I might as well bring both of them So now I've got room for probably 3 more, maybe 5. Yep, that fits in there nicely. And I do want to point out, if you are a potter as well, please do not come for me. I know I don't wrap my pottery up. I do just put them all in this tote. I pack it in a way so much that it doesn't move, and if I sell a lot of pottery at the market and there's empty space, I'll shove my tablecloths in there. I've only ever broken, I think, 2 pots this way, and it was not because of this, it's because when I had the lid on, it was stacked too high and then I pushed. So, this is how I do it. Please don't come for me. It works for me, and it saves space in my car and me time when I'm packing, so. This is coming to the market, so I'm gonna move it out of my way. The hardest part's always picking what's coming to the market with me. Got room for 1 more. So that guy's pretty full. Now for this one, I do remember at my last market thinking I had way too many bowls. So I think I am just gonna take everything out and start from scratch, which is unfortunate, but. That's a lot of herb strippers. Okay. I do struggle with my barcodes on pottery because when I put them on the bottom, they don't stick too well. But if I put it on the glaze, it sticks too well. I do have 2 planters. I'm going to leave them in here. One of them has an attached base, the other has a detached base. But I haven't had the best of luck selling. It is now 10 a.m. so I think I'm gonna leave at probably 2 o'clock. The market starts at 5. It's about an hour drive there, and I can start unloading at 3. And when I'm by myself, I like to have enough time so I'm not stressed. Plus, setup's more fun when I can just leisurely, slowly do it. Okay, so let's put all the bowls up here. Is this all the bowls I have? No, I have more, of course. I have all these bowls. I'm also going to throw in, this is the last gnome I have. I'd like it to finally stop. They were doing really great when I made them, and then I made a crap ton, and then they sat there for a while. Okay. I would love it if I would get some bowls to sell. That'd be great, but these 3 I think I'm going to keep. Sometimes I struggle because I'm like, these fit so nicely together. There's 3, there's 4 more, that makes 7. Okay. 10 bowls and then a colander. So now I kind of play Tetris in here to fit the rest. So I'm going to put these bowls back and I'll move the camera so you can see me a little better as I play a lovely game of Tetris. Hopefully I sell some pottery at the Memorial Day market because I'm running out of space. That's what the leftover back stock looks like in case you're curious as to what all is left on the shelf. So I think this is where I'm going to leave this. So now it's time to actually load the car. I like to give it a nice push too after the lid's on. Just make sure nothing's sticking up. So now that that's done, I'm going to kind of start gathering items. Like I want to make sure I do not forget these lights, the extension cord. The lights are pointless if I don't have this. I have a bad habit of forgetting my sticker card as well as my stickers. Okay. At this point in my craft fair journey, I've kind of figured out my easy setup, with the exception of whenever I do have a corner booth, then it's kind of a little harder. And when I'm by myself, I don't have to worry so much about space for us to sit as I do when I have Henry there. So today I'll bring my 4-foot table that I'm currently using, my 6-foot table, my 2 shelves, and my spinner. And then I'll have lots of overstock in terms of plushies. So this all fits in my car. I'm not bringing the fans today. It's literally the perfect temperature right now. I mean, granted it is 10 a.m. so it's getting a little warmer, but not enough so that I will need my fan. They are phenomenal to have on those 100-degree markets. I just want to double check that I have my tablecloths. I did of course forget until just now that I need to order more small bags for customers, but too late for that. I'll have to order them for Memorial Day. Let me add those to my Amazon cart right now so I don't forget. Okay, of course one of the things is currently unavailable, so I added one to the cart, so that at least will trigger my brain to remember to order those. But now it's time to load the car. I'm gonna put my hair back a little and hopefully everything fits. I also, after 3 years, kind of know where everything goes in the car. It's a very delicate balance. The only issue is having the third IKEA bag. This is my first market this year. I have to bring out the tent. Okay, that'll be fun. So let's go. changed my mind about the weather. It's getting hot. So of course, now that my car is loaded, my craft room is a mess. So I don't know what all much more I can fit and still be able to see out the car. But we'll make it work. So the overflow from that didn't fit in the duffels was this giraffe and these two whales. So hopefully these are coming with me. Other options are the crochet kits. I also have been working on some eyes, some resin eyes, which I would love to bring, hopefully if not today at the Memorial Day market. But the problem is they don't have listings made, they're not packaged correctly. I could bring a couple, see how they do. And this all relies on some of the guests being crocheters as well, which I feel like a lot of the times I get comments about, oh, so and so crochets, oh, I crochet, oh, I want to learn how to crochet. So I feel like at the very least I want to finish the crochet kits, and there are tiny nooks in the car I can fit those in. So I think that'll be my priority for now. And I'm still debating if the big dinos come with me or not. There's a little part of my gut saying someone's gonna buy that today, but at the same time, like, it's a $92 plushie. It's giant. Is someone really gonna buy it? Is it worth bringing? We'll see where we go from here. But okay, next step, finish the crochet kits. You want the window or the blanket? You just want pets. Anyone else's cats do this? She sits here and begs me for pets, and the second I touch her, she then whacks me. What is up with you? Okay. I'm gonna need my chair. This box has become my other cat's box. I think she would kill me if I threw it away. Okay, so this is my current storage solution for the resin eyes. I thought when I went to IKEA that was meant for Alex drawers and was super excited, but it's too big. So I need to figure out something different and then go return those. But here are my partial crochet kits. So yeah, one box needs black yarn and then the others all need stuffing. Oh, another option I have when I've been making the resin eyes, I saw someone suggest getting some of these molds. So I pour my excess resin in there, and then I get these really cool multicolored gummy bear stitch markers, I am so badly backlit right now. Okay, that's a little better. But I have a bunch of these really cool gummy bears. This one you can kind of see the layers on. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 10 that are fully made. Here's one that's really multicolorful. But I don't know how much to sell these for is my issue. And then I have 2 of them that still need the attachments added on. I was thinking doing a 3-pack for $5, but I don't know. But this used to have eyes in it, so now it has all of my pieces for them, and then this bucket has all of the finished ones. I guess I can add my 2 that still need hardware into a different slot. So that's another option today. But again, involves pricing and making listings and doing all of that. I think I also just need to give myself a little bit of time to take a breather today. I've been going non-stop this week. Henry was out of town Monday to Wednesday, so I essentially just worked from wake up to go to bed. And then yesterday, as soon as I finished working, it was his birthday. So we went and we watched the Book of Mormon and got home really late. So I've been going to bed late all this week. My brain hates me and I wake up at 6 a.m. no matter what time I went to bed. I can't really take naps. I suck at naps. And tomorrow is my first day of training for my summer job. So it's gonna be another late night because I end at 10, or the market ends at 9. It'll probably take me an hour to tear down by myself and load the car, so that puts me at 10, and then it's about an hour drive home, so that puts me at 11. And then I have to shower and get ready for bed, so that's probably bed at midnight. And my brain wakes up at 6 a.m. regardless, and then training starts at 9. So luckily it's at least virtual training, so I don't have to worry about commuting anywhere. So maybe I won't push myself too hard today. It's always hard at markets because you always are sitting there and you're like, but if I had finished this, would it have sold? So it's a hard line to balance there. Maybe even, I find it relaxing kind of to do the resin eyes. And I'm still kind of experimenting, so maybe a sort of break would be making more eyes that I then have to figure out pricing for and get ready to sell at the Memorial Day market. Currently I have all of the eyes sorted by size. 30 is the biggest one I have. So I have a temporary paper on there with the size of the eyes, and then that's a bad example because it has question marks. I write down the like mica powder and glitter I used on it so I can see if I like it, if it'll become like a repeatable eye, and then if it is, I'll come up with a cool name for it. But the hard part is it's May and I have been working on these since January. Why? If I had just sat down and dedicated a day or even a week to only doing eyes, figure out what I like, figure out pricing, get that ready to go, then I'd be ready for now. But now instead I have, I don't think quite 100 pairs of eyes, but a lot of eyes that I now need to go through and evaluate. So let me get to making those last couple of crochet kits, and then I guess we'll figure out what we're doing from there. So I'm just glad it's a nice day out. It has been cold and raining the rest of this week, so glad it's a nice day out. Hopefully people come to the market. That break between clips did not last long, but I remembered it's Friday and Celestial Homebody posted their Renaissance Fair video. It's another 3-hour. So I'm going to watch that while I do this. And unfortunately I won't be able to finish it today, but I figured I'd put you in time lapse so you can watch me do this. I'm working on a new way of doing it, but currently I'm just using Ziplocs. I tried to get some mesh bags, but they're not big enough for the stuffing. So I now have 4 crochet kits to bring with me, and I sell them for $25. They've done decently for me, and it's nice to have something to reply back when someone says, oh, I wish I know how to crochet, to be like, well, you can buy a kit here. So my kits have written instructions, video tutorials. I gave them quality materials, so it has a clover hook in it. I give them a metal bent darning needle. Currently it has Big Twist Posh in it. I'm trying to fight the hoarder in me. I'm working on using Kayla's Naughty Ball yarn to see if I want to include that in the kits, but I have been procrastinating doing that. So I'm hoping that with Hirschner's Acquiring Big Twist that they have Posh and it's still the same yarn, because there's no guarantee it'll be the same distributor or like the same factory making it. So I might just have the name on it but not be the same quality. But because I got an online order for a kit, I went ahead and just made 5. I do have enough materials to make one more, Frustratingly, I bought, on Michael's you can buy clover hooks in bulk. And so you buy it by the dozen, I believe. So I bought 2 dozen, or it could have been your minimum was 2 dozen, I don't recall. But the boxes I use came in a set of 25. So I have 1 more box than I have hook. But it is much cheaper to buy the hooks in bulk than to go out and buy one. So I did sacrifice one of my yellow Posh skeins. I do still have, it looks like 2 more left, but I have a lot of Posh. Not a hoarder amount, like not like a crazy amount. Like I did see somebody who went out and they bought totes full and their attic is just full of Posh. Good for them. I hope they really enjoy the Posh that they get to use for years to come, but I don't have that much. If you can see, it's these 2 bottom shelves here. So I have at least 1 of every color. In some colors I have 2. These spam calls have been nuts this week. I'm getting like 3 a day. Leave me alone. I'm hoping that watching Katie's video is not going to be bad luck today, because she did kind of post that it was a bad market. So hopefully watching a 3-hour vlog about a bad market does not mean that I'll have a bad market. I don't have any wood to knock on. Does cardboard count? I don't know. Alright, next steps. I've not been in the mood to crochet lately, so I don't think we'll do that. It's 11 o'clock. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start making listings for stitch markers and eyes, and hopefully I don't get bored of that. I'll go until I'm tired of it, but I'll have Katie on in the background. So for that, I've been using my hole punch, and I'm going to move everything to cardstock. And then I do have some little baggies. The store I sell in was trying to get rid of some stuff, so I said I would take it off their hands. And hopefully it can work how I'm planning. How will I do the stitch markers? I'll just use some acrylic yarn. Yeah. I'll show you the finished results, but depending on how many I get done, I will have to pack another display piece. So I have a small like keychain rack that I don't care for, and then I have a larger one where I don't know where exactly it would fit in the tent, but because it breaks down so small, it doesn't take up much space. So we'll see what all I get done, but I feel like I've done quite a bit of time lapses, so I'm not going to do one here, but I will update you when I have some stuff done. And if not, then maybe just whenever it's time to leave. Look at how much I just got this box. Whenever I posted the Joanne video shopping at all 8 is when I ordered a new 20-pound box, and I'm almost done with the 10-pound bag. I mean, granted, some did go to the boxes, but that was 5 boxes times 70 grams each, so that was only 350 grams, which is almost a pound, I think. Hey Siri, how many pounds is 350 grams?
350 grams is 0.77
so
pounds.
0.77 pounds, so not much of the 10-pound. But I do think, will this be interesting? I'm thinking about doing a video where it would be a lot of work to keep up with, but how many plushies can I make with one 10-pound bag? I feel like that'd be a fun video. I go through, when I'm being good, I feel like I normally go through a 20-pound box within like a month and a half. But with my full-time job coming up, we'll see. But I'm talking a 10-pound bag, not the whole 20-pound box. Anyway, I said I was going to stop talking, so I'll update you in a bit. Real quick, while it's on an ad break, might as well let the ad play and get her some AdSense. But this is what my current finished product looks like. Oh, the ad finished. So I have the 2 backs in here, and then I wrote the name and size of the eye. So far I've only gone through the 30 millimeters. But that's what it's gonna look like. I do still need to make listings, take pictures, figure out pricing. I did buy some resin eyes from a fellow vendor at a prior market, and I do still have a couple of hers, so I might kind of peeked at her pricing. But unfortunately these are a giant sleeve that they were getting rid of, so I'm just trimming it down to size. So I did just tape it shut, and hopefully that's fine, but that's what that looks like. And then I went ahead and did the stitch markers. I did them in sets of 3. I just used some yarn I have lying around, and then again I taped it. So these are hole punched already. I do still need to hole punch the eyes, but unfortunately it looks like the hole punch, if I center it, is going to go right through the center of the name. But oh well, that's my update so far. I think I'm going to take the pictures outside so I can get some like sunlight, but I want to get a variety of eyes before I go out there. It's now 11:50, so I think I'll keep going until lunch, which will probably be here soon. And then after I eat, take the pictures, make some listings, print off barcodes, and then head out at 2. So I've got about half an hour more probably to keep naming eyes. I decided to make, shocker, if you have seen my other videos, a spreadsheet, if it'll load. So I put what I named the eye, the mica powder I used, and then the glitter I used, and then I'll add in photos later on. But that's my update for now. And with that, it's time for me to head off to my market. So thank you so much for watching this video with me of the morning before my market. Stay tuned for my next video to see how the market goes. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!